All right. Surgery is about to happen for Randy Gregory, and I believe they posting a 2 weeks room for Michael Gallup to have his offseason surgery. And I think Golston is going to have his surgery as well. Now, there's a lot of cleanup things that the Cowboys players like to do during the offseason. We have yet to hear storylines of Ezekiel Elliott PCL situation. I think that he's going to opt out on having surgery with that, and I believe that type of tear, you can naturally heal itself. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, the way I look at it is that this off season is long. Any cleanup surgeries that you guys got to get, go ahead and get it now so you can be ready for the 2022 season. Now, keep in mind, the reason why Randy Gregory and Gallup is such an important situation, the evaluation process. Do you guys remember DeMarcus Lawrence, right? He said, man, pretty much I'm not finna get put on the franchise tag again until you guys give me the money. And I'm going to also, well, not until you guys give me the money, but I'm going to also hold back on getting my surgery until you guys give me a full contract. So he used his shoulder as leverage because he had to have surgery. And I believe at the start of this past season, even DeMarcus Lawrence still had to have surgery on his back. And that was a year removed of what have you of him, or 2 years removed of him getting his money. So sometimes the agent of the players can introduce strategy. So what do you do in this situation? Is it a light surgery? What he would look like after the surgery? All of those things count. And I'm talking about for Michael Gallup, right? We know how that thing goes, those type of situations that he's going through. Maybe he come back 100%. Maybe he come back 50. You just don't know. You can probably squeeze in a very reasonable contract, like a prove it type of deal. But Randy Gregory's situation is different because he said he could say to himself, hey, I played on my injury, so you guys got to pony up. I want some money. And this will be his first big situation of getting that contract. Now, the Cowboys got two tags. They got the transitional tag and they got the franchise tag. I don't know who they're going to use that on. To me personally, this particular year, I just don't see the Cowboys franchise tagging Randy Gregory, which will be anywhere of the likes of $19 to $20 million. I don't think that they would do that. I think that they would look into this situation, look at everything from A to Z and say, all right, cool. Randy, all right, this is the contract we would give you. Take it or leave it or test the market. You're 30 years of age. He'll be 31, I believe, for the 2022 season, somewhere around that age range. I don't know, Cowboy Nation. That's a very difficult situation. Now, as far as Michael Gallup, you drafted wide receivers last year, right? And I'm not saying that the wide receiver that you drafted last year can step up and be a wide receiver for this year. But dog it, you got Amari Cooper that you paying $20 million to. You got a first-round draft pick out of CD Lamb that you rarely target. Both of those guys that you paying all of the money to, you rarely target them. And you got to look at it like this with Cedric Wilson. Do you re-sign him versus Michael Gallup? Now you can see the type of threshold that you are up against. Now, good coaching and a good philosophy of this, you would look at it and say, all right, it's time for Malik Turner to elevate him. And with the Noah Brown situation, he can hit the market, right? He can go out there and say, well, down the stretch, you guys kind of forgot about me. I can go somewhere else and get me a bag somewhere and make me some money, being their quote-unquote third wide receiver juxtaposed to being someone's fifth or sixth, right? So you got all of those things put into place as it relates to this injury situation. Now, there will be, Cowboy Nation, other free agents out there. It's not like you're doomed without your wide receivers. According to what I can see, you got Amari Cooper, $20 million receiver, and you don't even use him. So why cry about the third or the fourth string wide receiver, right? Why go all crazy about that? Do your evaluation. I trust Will McClay to go out there to find somebody and go grab a wide receiver that can fill into that void, right? Or fit into that spot. And stop talking about it, basically, As far as Randy Gregory, I get it. I want Randy Gregory to be on this team. Believe it or not, like Ripley's. Believe it or not. But it comes down to this right here. Can you find a little something that's cheaper, right? You don't want to pay. And I'm not saying that Randy Gregory should not get that bag. But collectively speaking, based upon his stat, based upon his level of production or his skill set, and the years removed, he would like to have DeMarcus Lawrence pay. And I'm telling you guys right now, when I'm saying DeMarcus Lawrence pay, that's old news now. Salary cap increase. So DeMarcus Lawrence contract is now right in the range of what you would pay Randy Gregory. Unless he sit back and look at it and say, all right, I'll take the discount price, which I doubt it. I don't know about it, but I doubt it, man. It's a difficult situation to be in, Cowboy Nation. So when we look into all of this, Cowboy Nation, and we say to ourselves, how this team can formulate a different type of angle during this offseason, I would say stick to your guns, knowing that you got 21 free agents and you can't sign them all, knowing that, hey, you got to figure out how you're going to sign J. Ron Curse. You got to look into the situation even with the punt kicker, who, by the way, you can't sleep on him. Brian, he been a hell of a punt kicker for us, right? Got to sign him. See, it's a lot of work to be done. I really believe that this team should look at two situations, because you got to look at DeMonte KZ and Malik Hooker, right? But two situations. Cowboys really, really need help on that front four, right? Somebody inside, like far as, because you're losing Carlos Watkins, Brant Urban. You need to solidify that particular spot. And I don't think that you're going to get that guy out of the draft picking where you're picking, right, at the 24th slot. You're going to have to spend a little cash to get that beefy guy in the inside to help out. And I'm not saying that Osa and Naveh Gallimore, Tristan Hill, those boys didn't do anything, but collectively, on a consistent basis of creating pressure, pushing everything back, they're going to have to figure that out. Go get a proven guy. Go get a proven guy, because that's going to make Cowboy Nation, Micah Parsons, fly around to the ball easily, quicker, especially if you got pressure inside. Think about this, and I'm not saying that Parsons is that guy, but just think about this, Cowboy Nation. Ray Lewis, he had Big Sam Adams. Y'all remember him? He had the big Tony Saragusa. You guys remember those big boys inside? Big Sam Adams, he used to move some stuff out the way. And then they kept with that philosophy when they went and got Haloti Ngata, big Haloti Ngata. We don't have those boys like that so that the linebackers can fly around freely. And then on the top end of it, they had a dominant safety. I like the Monte KZ, but none of us love him, right? We need to go out there and find someone we can say, man, we love that kid. That kid going to play through the echoes of the whistle. And Malik Hooker, if it was me, I would invite him back for a cup of coffee, and I would make sure that I get a legitimate safety. It may be time to let DeMonte KZ walk it, right? That's just how this all season go. I will be talking about the Jerry Jones presser in a few. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor or foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And remember, You're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. We up out of here, baby.